Yeah, so basically, on for the agenda for the Board of Supervisors on April 9th, they had a pretty much an emergency motion called the Accelerated Renewable Energy motion put on by by the District 3 supervisor. That's Santa Monica Mountains, Calabasas, so the more affluent areas. And this is to identify certain areas in the county as renewable energy development zones. So what does that mean? That the Antelope Valley is going to be a target for this. There's things that this is obviously in it's almost like they're directing the planning department to look into it. But obviously, what we know from history is that, of course, they're going to look into it, and we will be a target for more solar fields, potentially wind turbines. What's more concerning is that they're also they may want to target economic opportunity areas, which is our area. So that means that we could have solar fields in near Pearl Blossom as well as wind turbines. Another concerning aspect of this is that for like the high storage battery systems, which require a conditional use permit, they're looking to fast track those and do maybe ministerial reviews, which means that it's a faster process and there's less input from the community. There's steps that are skipped. So there's a lot of red alerts. So this is kind of just I'm putting the council and the community members on notice that there's going to be issues or items that we need to push back on to the county, because it's not going to be fair for District three not to benefit from all the energy that may come from District 5, and we're going to get stuck with the health issues with the eyesores of the wind turbines, and just many different factors. So just more of a heads up and red alert for all of us. So that's the update.
Cool. Thank you, Jose. Yeah, I heard they took away the ban for the wind turbines that Antonovich put in. And I'm opposed against most of the solar fields because of how much land they destroy. The turbines aren't as bad, but I guess those would be discussions that we would have later. Well, I did that one upside down. Well, thank you for sharing that. And anyone have any questions? Okay. I'd just like to move into our discussion on our nuisance properties. So the two that we have, one's been ongoing forever, and the other one has had a few challenges with all the trash and the 10 million cats over there. But one thing we've noticed that's been popping up, and I'm sure it's been happening in Little Rock too, definitely happening all over Llano, High Vista, all anywhere in the desert out to county line, is people are buying parcels and they're just plopping a bunch of stuff on it. I mean, these guys are we have a guy up here and I know some of it's zoning and some of it's, and this is where I was hoping you guys at Public Works can help us identify a difference between a zoning issue or specifically with like motorhomes or mobile homes, trailers, storage equipment, commercial, all there's two guys in town that it looks like they work for a freeway company, and all of their blocks and big metal beams are everywhere and next to people's houses, and these guys are driving tractors around and there's trucks coming in. So we've having a lot of these pop up right here at the lower part of town. As you drive up Longview, there's like 4 brand new, or they're not brand new, but there's 4 big long mobile homes that would go like at a park, and they're pretty dilapidated. So I don't know if they're dumped. If they haven't a big fire up on 33rd, all the trailers. Yeah. So I don't know if they're being dumped out here, if people are having intention in living. So my question for Public Works would maybe be is like, are these more something that we would go to regional planning for like a zoning issue, or is like having all these vehicles and trailers and where do you guys maybe help us identify where you guys would pick up versus like regional planning?
Yeah, so I'm with building and safety. I've actually worked in Antelope Valley for 7 years. I was out there about 3 years ago, and then for previous to that, I was out there for 7 years. Actually, worked with the nuisance abatement team, so I'm very familiar with all these parcels and all the issues this is presenting. I was, like I said, I was part of the NAT team. We went out about 4 times a month to these types of parcels. Obviously, we had to hit properties that we're receiving complaints on in the more popular areas. But yeah, we definitely visited a lot of these properties with the occupied mobile homes. When it comes to occupied mobile homes, building safety doesn't have, I guess much pool to cite these properties. Most of it's not part of what we see is not part of fall under a code for citation. A lot of it is regional planning. So these occupied mobile homes, that is a zoning violation. I know that zoning often cites for these properties on the nuisance abatement team inspections. Where building safety would come in is for these parcels that have a lot of trash that's brought along with these mobile homes. We do cite these parcels for trash. Obviously, most of the time when we're running into these occupied mobile homes, they're not the owners. So that does make it difficult. We do try to contact the owners who are sometimes out of state, sometimes local, but with the lack of response, that makes it tough. And then we're at the same time, we're dealing with the the people experiencing homelessness. So regional planning is trying to address that, moving them out of their mobile homes or getting them to move their mobile homes. And then building safety is more addressing the trash that's often comes to those properties.
Okay.
Yeah.
If most of these are just empty, let's just say like we can't tell, we know nobody's living in them, but we don't know what the intention, and there's just a lot of them. Who do you think would be best to call on that one?
Actually, that would be both. That kind of overlaps from regional planning into building safety as well. If these vehicles are inoperative, abandoned, that is something building safety can address. At the same time, it is a zoning violation that regional planning will address.
My last question that I have for you is, we haven't had the NAT teams out in a long time that I know of. I know there was issues, many years ago, probably predate you. Do you guys still have a NAT team? Do they have a focus on anything, or can you maybe share on that a little bit?
Yeah, we do. Like I said, we're still going about 4 times a month, hitting all areas of the Antelope Valley. As far south as Acton, and then we go all the way northeast, northwest. Hit the corners. Possibly some of these properties are. I'm not sure exactly which ones you're talking about, but I know we've seen the nuisance abatement team hit a lot of those old marijuana grows around the northeast. Yeah. Not so much. I'm not too familiar with what's going on in Pear Blossom, I guess, at the moment.
We just have a lot of.
Provide me a list and I can look into it.
Okay, yeah, we just have a lot of people starting to store stuff, and some of them look like people who might want to develop in the future. Some people look like commercial, where they're just dumping stuff.
Somewhere cheap to store there.
Some people are and I've seen an ad on Facebook actually where someone's like, "You can store your stuff on my land," and you see a picture of the land, and it's like just a little below us out in Lake LA, pointing up towards Pear Blossom. So I know people are doing that all over the place right now. Okay, and then you say you have your team. They come out four times. If we write a list of like what we consider the major nuisance in Pear Blossom, is that something you would focus on and leave the rest to just the general complaint system?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's something I can fast track. I can give it to our inspectors out there.
We're just worried because they're coming in so fast, and I know it's happening everywhere, and I just hate for you guys to all of a sudden look up and then there's 500 of these trailers out here all over a town that doesn't have that many. You have a question, Scott?
Yeah, the guy with the property up on 33rd in W8 where the fire was with a bunch of trailers, he told me that he has a tow yard down in Glendale and moved his stuff out here. And he got kicked off of 2 other properties. The last one was on W6 somewhere. So he knows he's not supposed to be doing what he's doing. He's been cited and told to move all of his stuff and vacate other properties. He just keeps moving into other properties, claiming that he has permission from the owners. So what do you do in that case?
Did you catch that?
Yes, I did. Well, as far as, so that sounds more like a regional planning, zoning complaints. You know, I know they do take a lot of, you know, these kind of cases to the DA for prosecution. And they do go after more so the owner, while building safety cites more the actual property.
Is there a link between building and safety and then that next step of like where the sheriffs or the DA would be involved? Like, how does that transfer from one to the next? Uh-oh.
I think he lost connection.
Uh-oh. Did you? Yeah, we probably lost him. Okay,
So
well,
he lost Matthew.
I'll just follow up with that question. So I mean,
Question was too tough.
and he's like, I'm out of here. These pair of blossom folks. Okay, well, I'd like to follow up on that one, and then my last question, I guess I had multiple ones, but I just kept getting reminded is, how is one to find? Like, how do we? There's all these parcels, but there's no addresses. And then you go online and you're like, how do I find it? So unless you
Said you could drop a pin.
The address, I think it says 132 or 133 RD, like 133rd Road or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I think-
Parcel that the trailer.
okay.
I think that one report website that they were telling us about, you can drop a pin for them, but I don't know for sure.
Oh, well, I'm gonna follow up on that one because I think it's important that a lot of people don't know how to call in on a parcel
Yeah,
because
it's
they don't know
on
how to
one of the-
identify the parcel.
Instead of calling, it's on their website thing, and you can go and, I think, drop a pin.
All right. Anyone else have anything else on nuisance properties? Is that pretty much our
What is
main
that?
issue right
One of
there?
those was the one that I questioned, right? Is
Yeah,
that the one on B? That one where,
B14.
yeah, okay, so it was.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right.
I mean, for me.
Our next discussion, and this one's actually really short, Kyle, Pear. We need to do an inventory. I was hoping that we can do it sometime before July, so we could put out our wish list and then get rid of anything that we might need to. I kind of did a purge from the last time we did an inventory, threw away some stuff that was outdated, old. So I know we just need to refine that
My
list.
tablet crashed and that went away anyway, so we need to do it as it is.
Okay. The shipping container is now on the other side of the property. It's in the shade the majority of the day. And I'm working on getting us a second one. Now here with Pear, we have the opportunity to expand it. So I talked about the sculpture garden fundraiser that would help us. But we work with Nathan over at Coat Preparedness, and they've been trying to find a warehouse out here forever. So we can be like a distribution point for Little Rock, Lake Lay, Juniper Hills. We talked with Mike. So Mike and Nathan are all gonna come up with a deal. We're gonna put some containers out here. And we're gonna be like a transfer hub. So we can be like Antelope Valley, sir, we got 2 shipping containers full of these items, come get them. All right, Keppel Union School District, we just received this, we're gonna send it straight to your warehouse. Antelope Valley, same thing, so as we're this distribution center too, we also will be sent extra product. So this is something that we can figure out if Pear's going, pair volunteers would help get rid of this product through a really cheap sale, and that would help fund an item that we want for our either ham radio station, whatever. So they're willing to say, okay, Trader Joe's just gave us 20 trucks. We sent them to all these different areas. We're gonna send a truck to you. You just have to make sure that these 4 organizations get these couple pallets, the rest are for you. You guys do what you want. with it.
And who will be taking care of the logistics of it?
That's what we need to build.
Okay,
So I think we need to build the pair committee up this year.
okay.
So by this time next year, we have people be able to operate all the different aspects of it when it comes to any of the material that we get, the shipping container, or even deployment of any of the items that we have in
Okay.
distribution. So I think if we have maybe a couple meetings that we maybe set up prior to the end of the year, whether we have the discussion here at the council meeting or just have a separate working meeting and then come back and do, pinpoint reports. Either way, I just think that we need to start setting that up, especially with these 2 offers. If we're gonna start getting big money towards this school, then we need to get some other people who might want to help manage it and then be prepared.
We can't do it all.
No. But we have a really good start.
Yes, we do.
We were way ahead of a lot of people, so.
I get paid in the negative for this.
So for those of you guys that don't know, Pear Blossom Emergency Aid and Response. 9 years ago, when I first sat at my first chamber meeting here, the sheriffs were here and they're like, "You're on your own. We don't have big one's gonna happen. We're not even gonna show up for possibly a month." I was like, "What? Really, a
you're
month?"
lucky.
Well,
That's if you're lucky.
Even Andy was saying it's gonna be a minimum 3 days.
Minimum.
Minimum 3 days.
They're gonna,
For minor.
and they just go to secure. So we were like, you know what? We need to prepare for ourselves. So Nathan and the from Cope Preparedness has helped us collect the items that we want to prepare to have. We at many meetings talk, the biggest thing that we have here is no water, summertime. We could have ways for us to all have water in our houses and stuff and straws and boil it, but we have a lot of animals in town. They're gonna need water, so we would like to get like a portable pump we can throw into the aqueduct or in the Big Rock Creek, and some generators to pump into people's 55-gallon drums, because if we're gonna be on our own for a while, we only have 4 water tanks in Pear Blossom. 2 of them are really small. One controls way that way, and the other one just does the business district. So we have 4 tanks. I know how to shut them all off, but that's just because I know. We never made a
Yeah, but
plan.
after a
We
natural
never.
disaster, it may already be contaminated. We wouldn't be able to use it anyways.
Yeah, so we wouldn't know. We haven't
The aqueduct's on the fault, so there's a good chance that water may.
come. They might come down
Might
here
have
and
Lake
wash us
LA.
out. It
On
might
the
just
other
come down
side,
and
north
wash us
side.
out.
Lake
too.
LA
Yeah.
will be Lake LA.
Yeah.
I mean, the fault lane is literally a quarter mile from the aqueduct,
Right.
so water is always going to be the issue. But I think the best thing that we have in our favor is we got Little Rock Creek and Big Rock Creek, and
Although-
Big Rock Creek is our closest one. So
I can actually say that a couple years into us trying to get paired together, we had the Bobcat fire, and I think we did a pretty good job of helping people out during that, so.
yeah, we when we deployed, we sent 9 pallets. 7 of them were water. 1 of them was sanitizers and masks, because no one had water up there to wash up or clean up.
Yeah, if you remember, none of the freeways, the roads were all open, nothing was shut down like it would be like.
Yeah,
Or the Northridge earthquake. There was nothing being transported north and south.
No.
For
Well,
quite a
and-
while.
And then their focus is gonna be in downtown, Lancaster, Palmdale in the higher, or Santa Clarita in the dense
Yeah, they're-
places. We're
they're-
gonna be on our own,
Um,
so.
they'll get to us maybe.
So I think maybe if we, after our inventory, maybe we can have a couple chats where we just kind of say, all right, would be like our agenda for our pair meeting. And then I'd like to invite the other councils to that meeting so they can take what we're going and then go back to share with their councils
Right.
and at their meetings.
That's a great idea.
That, and
Probably have a couple of people from CERT there too, so that they can get the.
in the school district, Wilsona, I've been speaking with Mr. Doyle. He's on board. He's ready to just work with Nathan directly, but we might help him out once in a while. Keppel, their new superintendent's on board as well. So we know that we're gonna have multiple V pods, not just at our own little areas, but also at our schools.
Right.
That would be good.
So, all right, cool. That was it. The last discussion we needed to have is, I totally foobarred the April cleanup. And I was just, so, Tom always made that call and I knew I had to do it. And then I just got busy and I totally forgot to make the call and, well, I couldn't secure the dumpsters for the 420 cleanup. So we're just gonna do it here. But we do need to, we get another date. So do you guys want to maybe do one in May or June?
When is the festival?
May 11th. The only other one we would have is that following weekend. I'm gone. Then we have,
That's the 18th, 19th.
I just know every time we've done a cleanup in July, no one shows up.
Well, yeah, because it's
It's
hot.
So
Maybe the weekend after the festival? No, you said you couldn't do May 11th.
No, it's on mail.
Oh, the festival's on May 11th.
So the next one be like the 19th or the 18th,
18th and 19th,
and then the following is what?
25th, 26th, Memorial Day weekend.
That's Memorial Day.
Nobody's gonna do that.
Maybe we just want to table it, and if we come up with an idea, we'll just put it out there after reviewing our calendars.
Well, then we're gonna be pushing it out even further.
I mean, we're usually dark in July.
Yeah, we don't do
July?
anything in
No.
July. We go dark.
More.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can just double up. We'll do 2 fall cleanups. One late summer and one kind of early
I
winter.
mean, that would be up to waste management, but yeah, I don't see a problem.
I'll reach out to Ashley and ask her and see if we can do that. And if not, then maybe what we can do is get a container here that's dropped off one for a week. And then we just have people fill it up throughout the week. And then when it's full, they can take it. If they don't wanna give us double up at the end of the year, maybe we could do that. I know, when Little Rock was doing their cleanups, they would store it for a week at some of the properties. They'd go out there and do the cleanups, but they gotta be, here. All right, so we'll just visit that and come back to another day.
We'll just table it till somebody can discuss it with waste management. How about that?
That sounds good. Our upcoming events, of course, are Sunshine, Ducktoberfest. Uh-oh. Thank you. Jose's typing something. I'm missing Chad. I just want to make sure I didn't skip ahead. Okay, Matthew just said sorry for cutting out. All right, so we're at the end of our agenda. Do you guys have anything you'd like to say?
Nope.
Do you guys have anything out there you'd like to share, say? We got a special guest today.
Good evening, Prayer Blossom. Greetings, Earthlings. We come in peace to celebrate the Little Rock Community Pageant presents Out of This World Sunday, April 28th at 12 p.m. Alpine Range, 8650 East Avenue T8. See you there, and tickets will be sold at the door. Thank you.
Wait. Thank you. Very good. All right, we got that recorded.
It's recorded.
Do you have a PDF or a copy of that where we could put that out?
Yes,
All right, good job, young lady.
yes. Very good.
All right, and you showed up just in time.
We're done.
We're ready for community input. You have anything you'd like to say?
I didn't get to the last meeting to hear about the proposed
industrial park thing, did we go any further on that yet?
He just talked about it and we're not making any commitments to any of that. I mean, the county would like us to sign off on stuff. That's not our jobs.
Right.
Is that
They-
Scott in there?
Yep.
Oh, I sent him an email with all the info,
Are they?
but I can
are
resend
they
it.
Getting positive feedback from the community on it or not?
Well, I've only met one person who's like, oh, that's cool. And I've talked to a lot of people, so I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay, good.
But Jose said he sent you an email, but he'll re-forward that to you. And that way you can see for what it is.
Okay.
But basically, it would be like 4 or 5 buildings. He would develop W or V8, V4, I'm sorry. And then on 116 road, there'd be 4 large like storage yards
Yeah.
for like heavy equipment and stuff like that. So one was a construction yard, one was a truck yard, one was, I don't know, it's on that paper, I'm sure.
Well,
It's basically a big storage
Close
facility.
to the high tension power lines. I don't see anybody else wanting to use that for anything other than maybe agriculture.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what it was,
What
that's what
it's
it's zoned
zoned
for.
That's what it's actually.
Except for under the lines, I don't think you could do anything directly under the lines, right?
I think they have a right of way on either side of the lines.
All right.
So, yeah.
That
Well,
makes sense.
well, if we have any more on that, I'll reach out to you and
How about the community cleanup? Do you want any of those on that?
just talked about that. We're just gonna have a local one here today, this weekend, Saturday, on the
Try to do
20th.
Everything today.
Yeah, I'll try to do everything today. Still get it done. Yeah, it starts in an hour. We're just gonna do some basic maintenance around here, weeding, cleaning up, just here at the center. I totally foobarred and messed up the spring cleanup, so I'll just say that and not go into too further, but we're gonna try to double up towards the end of summer on our cleanups
In the fall.
and then in the fall. So hopefully we can get, if we can't,
Mentioned something about doing one at the outpost.
well, maybe that might be an alternative.
Yeah.
If, let's talk tomorrow and then maybe we can look at some dates. And then, cause I don't wanna miss out on those containers, and if you're willing to manage it for the weekend, okay, then I'm up with that. And that's it. Anyone else have anything they likes to share?
What property were we talking about? It's a nice little.
The one on Longview, right here on W, the wooden house that's been there for 15, 16 years.
The house that's falling over.
I know he was really determined to finish it, and he actually had an engineer say, yeah, it's good to go, and everyone's like, really? And then he waited too long.
Poop box.
Yeah, he waited too long, and now it's been ordered to be dismantled.
Every time the wind blows, I
Everything.
expect to find that one, at least that one side falling down.
I was really hoping that
Shocked that it's still standing there.
I was really hoping Rob's Hollywood connection was really to come out and just film it burning and do some cool things. You'd have the whole town around that building, right?
I just want the wood.
Home past 165th, where somebody built this big place. I know they pulled permit 1,
Huh.
and it's a 2-story house. And they got like maybe 3/4 done with it and they just stopped.
Wow.
I wonder if somebody,
Ran out of money.
ran out of cash. Yeah, it could be.
Probably.
There's the one out on Largo Vista the same way, that dome house. You seen that one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They built a geodesic dome house and they go, yeah, I'm like, almost done. And they just stopped. Was that now? Well, there's somebody living next to it now in a trailer. And they've got the driveway blocked up like, we're living here. But if you go up Largo Vista, almost every quarter mile, there's somebody that has partitioned off part of the desert right there, and they
Yeah.
got their trailers out there, or the mobile homes, or whatever it is. But yeah, that's the new homeless area up there. It's got a nice view. It's a little higher up, so it's cooler. Got a nice breeze up there.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You have anything else before we close up? All right. Well, I'd like to thank you, everybody, for coming out. And I think we identified what our main nuisance in town right now is.
Yep.
And I'm more concerned, like I don't have the people who live, I personally don't have a problem with people living off grid or slowly developing their property. But they're not contributing to our school tax base or our fire department. They're not even contributing in the sense to where they paid permits to even be there. We don't know if their sewer septic is up to par. Most of us know how to build a septic system.
Are they contributing to the
That would be another one. But here's the biggest thing. None of them have an address. So how is emergency services supposed to find the APN? They don't. They just try to find something in the area and they go around looking for it. I asked the fire department, I was like, you guys got an APN locator? And he looked at me like I was crazy. So that's just our thing. But I'd like to thank you, everybody, for coming. Young lady, thank you for coming on up and giving that speech. If you ever want to come back and take my gavel and, and
Start the meeting.
and start the meeting for me, I would be glad enough. Thank you, everybody. This meeting is adjourned.
7:56.
7:56. All right. Kept it on an hour.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Jose. Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
thank you. We need to really make sure everything